Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here. Welcome back to another episode of Glory Hunter. Firstly, you might think I sound a little bit different. I have picked up a new mic. This is my first time using it. I've just got home from seeing my friends and my good mate Fano has given me his secondary Elgato mic. Secondly, the reason why I'm here is because we have a decision to make, and well, it is a massive one of that. Without further ado, if you do like the episode and you are liking the content, give it a like. Do subscribe to the YouTube channel if you did not check out the last couple of episodes. It was a whole European one where we became European champions with France. I've subsequently since then rejected the Italy and the Portuguese job. No reason to leave the best team in the world considering we just won the Euros with them. With that being said, the main reason we're here is this. This is correct. I don't know what to do in this position. I sent a photo to my mate Paulie, who the link is down below to come listen to our podcast about all things Premier League, basically. But secondly, this job is 1 year too early. It's just 1 year too early. The whole reason that we still do Newcastle, we stay with Newcastle, is this squad is good enough to probably even win the Premier League, right? Let alone the Europa League. And that's the whole reason we threw away to finish sixth, to complete England, and it gives us a chance this year to complete the European side of the save, and then leaves us 12 years to focus on winning Spain, Germany, and France. However, out of the jobs that I would leave this position to be in, the 5 jobs are PSG, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Barcelona. Maybe not even a 5th. Probably the only 4. So with that being said, if one of the 4 come for you, what do? Now, I haven't gone and applied for this role. This role has only just become available because Chelsea had a vacancy. And Chelsea hired Roberto Mancini. And Roberto Mancini was the old Real Madrid manager. So that leaves Real Madrid needing a coach. And they've come and said, well, we'll take you. Only problem is if it takes me, it takes me yet again out of the position to win the Europa League, which we obviously left Hippus to go to AC Milan to complete Italy, but we knew that there was the capability of winning the Champions League. This time around, we don't have that capability of knocking the Champions League off. It would be nice, it would be well and everything to win the Champions League again, but it's not needed as part of the save. Saying that though, this squad is good enough to win La Liga again, you do feel. You've got Thibaut Courtois, he's getting to the end of his career, but still world-class. You've got a very world-class Sestalo. You've got a very world-class Tariq Bookman, who is absolutely elite in only 23. You've got a 140, who's pretty damn decent too. More importantly, you've got Tushamendi, Camavinga in the midfield too, with Lucas Donaf, I would probably keep around in some depth, with Kefi and Thuram. They've got 3 of the 4 midfielders that I use for France here. I would probably go by Mano Kane just to have all the Frenchmen. Right? Because why wouldn't you? And then they've got guys that are very, very decent still. This Pavel guy was on my shortlist for a while and he's ended up going there. Adrian's a young kid who's not too bad. Ferdinand Mendy's still here and looks absolutely elite still, hence why I'm still using him for France. So it's a spot where it's like, well, I'm torn. If we go to Real Madrid, it's simple as, okay, you're trying to complete Spain as quick as possible and then off you go. And it leaves me yet again in this precarious position, are we ever going to win the Europa League? Or we stay with Newcastle knowing that we've basically got one hand on the trophy. All we have to do is just avoid any other major team, and even then I still think we're good enough to win it. And I could nearly guarantee you, especially with it being a league format now, not anyone coming from the group stage of the Champions League, that we're going to be odds-on favourite to win the Europa League. And that will then mean we've completed Italy, England, and all the European competitions and Euros in 8 seasons. Leaves you in a very, very interesting spot. I think what we do is we do the interview, which I'll do obviously in between this part and the next part. And then if we get offered the job, we sit here and make a decision. I think that's what we do. With that being said, I'll see you guys in a second. Don't go anywhere. Real Madrid, job offer. Maybe, just maybe, I'm not sure. We don't have to make the decision, YouTube. We've, we've had the decision taken out of our hands if we were going to go to Madrid or not. Zinedine Zidane decided to come out of, after being sacked by Wolfsburg, which was a weird job for him to take, to go back and coach Real Madrid again. Didn't take a job or go for a job in between all of that, did Zidane. So look, I have no qualms that if Zidane is their number one choice and that's who they went for, so that's perfectly fine. That leaves us in the position that we are definitely staying at Newcastle. I will be more than likely either A, giving you the Community Shield, because it's Liverpool, it's the Community Shield, it'd be nice to win it. And yeah, I'm going to give you the Liverpool game. I don't think... My second plan is to give you the last game of what the window would be, but that's fine too. Because realistically, in terms of the players that we need here, look, if that's my starting 11 for the season, happy. You know, I could have really, realistically mounted a title fight without rotating too much. If you look at that B team, superb. Hasn't changed too much, apart from what we need a striker. I do like Kevin Kukui. I think he's fantastic, but hasn't really done it. I think, yet again, this is the sort of guy that he just needs to play first-team football. I would almost want to loan him out again for the good of him in the save. You know, and watching Gladbach or a Palace where he can play him week in, week out probably is what is needed. That leaves me in a position well, who do you sign up front? There's a lot of people. I could go after world-class talent. We've got obviously 100 mil to spend, 268k in the wage budget. But I'm actually thinking a little bit selfishly. Roman Gaibert is a very, very pacey striker, yet to have played for OJ Nice, and I think they're squandering his potential. And with that being said, anyone that's got 18 pace off the bench is going to be dynamite, A. Secondly, I'm just thinking for my French squad, 4 years' time is going to be 24, 25 right after the World Cup. He's going to have 16 technique, 18 flair, 16 finishing with the pace, the agility, the balance and acceleration. You're not telling me that this guy coming in on the left-hand side or up front late doors is going to be scary. He also, if he hits the potential that he's currently got now, he's going to be a very good player for a Premier League level and a pretty decent player off the bench here for France. It's one of those ones where I'm probably going to be here at Newcastle for one more year and then I'm going to leave. But if I can get him in and around the Newcastle squad, playing off the bench, giving him a lot of minutes, getting him into games where we are winning, and hopefully giving him some Europa League games, it may be worth me spending the 20 mil thinking that if he could get to 15 first touch and 15 decision making and get his passing up a bit, wouldn't be bad. And if we could find him once or twice to get his determination, his work rate up, you all of a sudden are looking at a player that's like, you know what, very solid player to have, very happy to have him, Mini Gori on the bench with a young Julian or Jules in the French squad. That, you know, this is one of those signings that, yeah, it's for Newcastle now off the bench, but also at the same time, it probably helps this position out here where we can go and turn around and go, all right, we're in a not bad spot. This team looks pretty good. See what we can need to do as well. And I think you call him up straight away. I'd almost say that I think this kid we're going to go after categorically. I'm going to call him up into the French squad and just go, you're in here. And I'm going to go after him and hopefully he comes in. Because if he comes in and comes after me, that goes in for me, I am going to use him in this French squad, that's for sure, as well. And the same way that fortunately the kid from Man City I'm not going to be able to pick up, which is this kid here. And if he's in my list, doesn't seem to be. I'll do this. His name was Jules or Julian. Maybe not. Maybe easy just to go to Manchester City. He should be in my first 11, but he never is. There we go, Junior. Junior is probably the other one that I would call up here as well. If I had the money, I would... Cannot be removed. Okay, that's why. He's in the 23s. If I had my money, I could get him. But maybe we go after that kid there. We've made one other change. Woodman's come in straight away. Just, you know, we're in the Europa League. Homegrown Newcastle goalkeeper. We need a backup after Pope retired. Straight away, Freddie Woodman. Just, you know, helps boost the numbers. If Kaka was to get injured, he's competent. And hopefully our defence would not allow too many shots on target. But yeah, in short, if I kept the same midfield, we are elite from Osimhen all the way to Civet in the roles that they're playing as well, which is superb. Sergio is a Brazilian international who is developing. Lacroix is fantastic and is borderline ready to be called up to my French squad. Morgala is unbelievable and Saelmakers is unbelievable, and there you are. It's a very, very, very good team. You know, Morgala, if I played him as a covering centre-back, would be at this level. But yeah, look, I'm in no position to be complaining about the squad. Instead, look, if the starting 11 stays as it is, if I buy this kid from France, superb, and that's about it, really. I go from one striker, Kevin Kukui, he's a little bit whatever. I could loan him out and then get another striker who's a little bit whatever, but French, that could actually develop into a little bit of a player. So I think that's going to be the goal. Next time we see each other, it'll be a Liverpool in the Community Shield to wrap up the episode. Community Shield versus Liverpool. Massive game here at Wembley. Well, we obviously won the FA Cup last year. Just note, when I moved Lewis Brown up front, that's how good form he's in. And that's how much he's developed. This is a kid that gemmed out with us in season 1 at West Ham, and he is world class. Look at him, off the ball, superb, technique, superb, finishing, superb, decisions, anticipation, physically a monster. I am going to play him out here. The game says that as a winger he's 5-star, but as an inverted winger he's pretty good as well. I'm going to leave him in that role because Osimhen's here. If I get a big bid for Osimhen, I am going to sell. We are going to buy a winger. We're going to move Brown up front, or if there's any long-term injury, Lewis Brown will play up front, of course, as well. With that being said, though, we are full strength. We are going to go full strength since we are trying to build up some fitness. Please note that we've only played 3 games. They're all there as well. We could arrange a friendly, but we do play Bournemouth next week. Bit of a shorter pre-season. I've obviously not taken care of too much pre-season, considering that we're at the Euros. So hopefully the boys will get fit over the points as well. And maybe I might be able to get a few of these boys fit throughout playing in the league, or by getting them playing in the reserves if we do a couple of quick friendlies there as well. With that being said, though, without further ado, we are going to be here at Wembley against Liverpool side that did win the league. Heatley in net, don't know who he is. Parry, don't know who his name is. We know who a few of the other players were on that list as well. Going to probably take a little bit more of an in-depth look, considering as Brown's taking a free kick in the background and puts one wide. Let's have a look at Christian Parry. He's fantastic as a Welsh left back, nice. Anton Healy, he's 17. Jesus, fair enough. Salah, Diaz, Darwin, Frankie de Jong, Luiz, Masengo's in there as well. Very good side. There's the bench. Has Stefan Bakic grown? He's going to be a much better player on the next update of the FM cycle. But there we go. Outside of that, I'm signing that French kid. We made a 60 mil bid, accepted. We put in a contract. The only 2 teams interested in him are Burnley and I can't remember the other one. They're both interested on loan, so more than likely going to end up with me. And I might only have him for a year, but if we can use him quite a handful of times and he develops in good facilities and gets some first-time experience in a much better division than playing for the second Bundesliga, I just feel like that sometimes the AI have these good kids and just decide not to play him as Liverpool hit the post. And I think he feels in that segment of he's a very good player, but the AI don't want to use him. Anyway, ball headed away, and the world-class Brown doesn't get there. Frankie de Jong gets there first because Brown got there. He was away and charging. Frankie de Jong, though, with the ball. Brown gets a block in, still going. Parry, drives, hit. Great touch. Need to check this. Who scored? Stuttgart scored. That's not good for me. I've got multis on. It is 12:15 at night here. Unfortunately, Stuttgart scoring is not good for me at the minute because at the time of recording, Dortmund beating Stuttgart 2-0, and for whatever reason, they were over $2 to win and over $4 to win by more than a goal. And it's now currently 2-1 there, but Dortmund are pumping them. Anyway, Mohamed Salah picks this ball up down the channel. Florentino Luis heads in just wide. I will say Liverpool probably dominated this Community Shield tie just a touch. But we're still at 0-0 and that's all that matters. Sergio, ball in. Bellingham ain't going to win that. And Luis Diaz on the break. This is where Liverpool can kill you, but Silva wins that back and apparently gives it straight to Florentino Luis. And here comes Mohamed Salah being Mohamed Salah. And Darwin Núñez hits one, and that's going to be wide and not at all handsome. If you do hear the pitter-patters of rain, this mic is actually quite sensitive, so you might have heard the rain in the background as well, which is interesting. It is a rainy and stormy night here in Adelaide. Here we go, De Jong, Masengo, great ball out there, looking for Trent. Good touch, goes with it. He's got the captain's armband too, quite like that. Trent still going. Frankie de Jong, should have been a goal, is it? Falls to Salah, Darwin, that's a goal. A little bit lucky that it keeps falling to him there, Liverpool, but it is what it is. our season isn't trying to toil Liverpool to win a game at Wembley. And look, Liverpool is probably the only side realistically that I look at it and go, yeah, they're better than us, or yes, they will beat us. Because I just feel like we can hold our own against everyone else. I will get out there and say I'm far from pleased. Few people are fit. We get 5. We get 6 subs. Look, because it's the Community Shield, Frimpong in, Civet out there for you. Great's already fit too, jeez. Same with Hiroshi. I might then go to Bruno and just let him just be a DPL. Anyone else overly fit? Not really. Okay. The rest of that will leave because we still want to come back into the game. I'm not going to do nothing crazy though, to be fair. I see him on a booking. Don't want him getting suspended, so we might get him off here as well. And we might just see what Lewis Brown can do up front. Why not? And I'm going to bring Smith Rowe out there on that side. And get Brown up front. See if he can do something through the middle. Isaac won it and then lost it. De Jong, good ball. Darwin, heads. Smith Rowe, poor touch. Fall straight back to him. Parry hits on from distance. Cap Kerr will easily claim. Not the highlight either. Cap Kerr decides to thump one looking for Isaac, who's a big enough boy to win stuff in the air, but didn't get anywhere near it. We have just not been good at all here. Darwin with a chance. Misses. Yeah, we've not been good out here. Statistically, we've had 55% of the ball, very even amount of chances, but yeah, we've not been good. Doesn't matter if we've been good or not. Lacroix at the backstick scores a set piece, and that's the hallmark of a good side, staying in the game, even when you've not been fantastic. Statistically, we've actually been quite level, but from every highlight, it's been Liverpool's until now, so quality of chance. It's 1-1, highlight from kickoff, unfortunately. Kind of wanted a quick game to go to bed because I'm quite tired, but wanted to get this film so I can enjoy my morning coffee without having to need to film a game. Mohamed Salah, Trent, drives, goes, blocked, falls back to Salah, De Jong, Masengo, Luis Diaz, wow, just missed. It was a great effort. Hit with Venom. Brown looking dead as well. Don't really have another striker to really bring on. I'm going to bring Tisney up front, actually move him in to a bit of a complete forward on support and get him really trying to create. Going to get Brown off there for Irowoto there. We're going to get him as a Mazzala on support to solidify the midfield. And I think Smith Rowe on one side, Leroy Sané on the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Sergio's on a booking, so I'm going to get Merlin in as well, who can take a corner. Just in case we get a dead ball late doors, try and score from a set piece again. There's our changes. Give some people that haven't got 100% match fitness, a solid amount of minutes here to build upon them as well. Solid 20, 25 minutes. Luis Diaz beating people at will because it's Luis Diaz. Parry, the Welshman, hits. Darwin's there. I don't know why we're so deep. Don't know why there's 2 guys in the 6-yard box there. That's not what we want to see. Enzo Miller, good player. Needs to be scored for Stuttgart. 2-1 down. Unfortunate. It's going to give us this thing, yeah. Whenever you see a highlight, you should always just kill that off. But it is what it is. Luden scored. That's important for my multi. That's nice. So Luden scored. If Burnley would have scored, that'd be superb. Time ticks away. Liverpool are looking like they're going to win this one. We're going to go to very attacking here, very late doors. Try and get something. Try and get it to a penalty shootout here. Would have been nice to beat Liverpool. Still got time to beat Liverpool, but it's ticking away, and Luis Diaz with a chance to kill it misses massively. We'll go a little bit more direct. Play for a set piece. Don't play out from the pass out as well. Don't need to work it into the box as well. We're going to counter press, and we're going to distribute over the top. See if something comes of late here. Fortunately, nothing does. We lose the Community Shield here to Liverpool. Would have been nice. It is what it is. But look, minutes, competitive, points all in the right direction for what we need to do. So look, I'm happy with that, to be fair. And yeah, hopefully we can build upon that as well. And hopefully we make a signing of Roman Galbert, and we can be the backup striker that gets us some goals this year as well, which would be superb. But with that all being said and done, that is the episode. Next time we see each other, it will probably be for one of the Europa League phase games, but there's a very high likelihood that we're going to get probably 6 to 8 games that we're meant to win anyway and really top the group or get inside that 8 easy and comfortably, but we'll wait and see where we sit on this side of that coin. With that being said, if you've enjoyed the new look of the audio or the new sound of the audio, and it sounds a little bit more crisp and a little touch less echoey, please let me know in the comment section, because it's the first episode I filmed with the new audio. I will also say with this too, I will plan to fill up this room at some point as well. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for checking out the episode. Go check out the previous one to see how we won the Euros. Till next time, thank you and goodbye.